Hi, on behalf of Accenture, I want to thank you for the opportunity to respond to your request for proposal for a technology solution to address challenges which Con Ed is currently facing in field support services. Our solution, the solution which I will be presenting to you today, is built on Accenture's digital workforce platform and is comprised of both a desktop control center application and a mobile application, which uses mobility technology to provide visibility into the activities going on in the field. To effectively develop any solution, you must first thoroughly understand the problem. Based on your requirements and our understanding of your challenges in field support services, we have developed a solution which automates workflows and processes to allow administrators to focus on the right type of value-added work, improves operational productivity by allowing work crews access to sites at the right time, and provides visibility into contractor activity and performance to allow Con Ed to pay the right amount for contractor services. The New York metropolitan area is undoubtedly a unique and difficult operating environment, but the challenges faced by Con Ed and field support services are very similar to challenges which we have helped other clients address across mines, refineries, plants, and service territories around the world. We have used field-tested and proven Accenture digital workforce technology to develop a desktop and a mobile application to show you how Con Ed can blend mobility, automation, and analytics to address challenges in field support services. In the following slides, I will show you how a field support services control center desktop application and mobile application can work at Con Ed. It is a warm spring day in Long Island City, and a Con Ed Field Support Services administrator has just grabbed a small coffee from the street cart outside. He sets his blue paper coffee cup down on his desk and boots up his web browser. He clicks on a bookmark link and is taken to the login screen for the Control Center Field Support Services application. After logging in, he is taken to the Control Center home screen. He first checks his notifications for pending issues which requires attention, including a service request which still hasn't been accepted 12 hours after submission, and a contractor who is still on site after 5 days. He will take action right away, but first he has to submit a service request for Queens Cable. He clicks on the service request link. After clicking on the service request link, he accesses the standardized digital service request creation form and enters, using auto-populated fields and drop-down boxes, important service request information, including the work coordinator, work request number, structure, section and department name, service type, and service date and time. He enters the information for the BQ underground and equipment signage service request. The Con Ed administrator must now select the location for the services. He clicks on the Pick from Map link to pull up a web map which he uses to drop a point. The location for the signage service today is 5917 Junction Boulevard in Queens, New York. He also adds in a few comments to provide additional details to the contractor to describe the location to provide the service. After the location is selected, Control Center auto-populates the optimal contractor to perform the services based on lowest total cost to serve. The contractor who offers the lowest total cost to serve for signage services in Queens is Soho Field Services. The administrator clicks on Submit to send the service request to the contractor. Sitting in her office south of Houston Street, the Soho Field Services dispatcher hears the Con Ed jingle from her mobile device. She looks at her mobile device, using Face ID to read the full notification. She has a pending service request from Con Ed for signage services in Queens. She opens up the Con Ed Field Support Services app and reviews the full details. Yogi is available and can do the job, she thinks to herself. She slides right to accept the service request, date and time stamping her acceptance. Back in Long Island City, the Field Support Services Administrator is reviewing his service request status page and sees the signage service request status change from pending to accepted. In the past, he used to have a lot of administrative work to do once a service request was accepted, but now he can focus on his notifications to ensure Con Ed crews are not negatively affected. Control Center automatically interfaces with Oracle to enter a requisition for the service, triggers a release off the correct purchase agreement, and generates a purchase order for the service. The Soho Field Services dispatcher now starts to provide the service. Since she knows Con Ed actively monitors contractor performance, she wants her best guy for the job. She uses the drop-down list of registered employee resources and selects Yogi. After selecting Yogi, she uses the slider to record the date, time, and location for when the resource was assigned to the service. Yogi has just paid for his sandwich at Saul, Chris, and Charlie's in Astoria when he receives a notification on his mobile device. He has been assigned a signage service request for Junction Boulevard. He slides right to acknowledge that he has received the service request and is now on his way to the site. He jumps in his car and drives to 5917 Junction Boulevard, fighting traffic on the Grand Central Parkway all the way. When he arrives, he slides right to confirm he is on site and grabs the signs from his trunk. When he has finished posting all the signs, he slides right to confirm the site is secured and that Con Ed personnel can now mobilize to start work. The Con Ed Field Support Services Administrator monitors Soho Field Services activity in near real time from the track request screen on the control center. He views the date and timestamp progression of events from assigned to dispatched to on-site. When the status changes to site secured, he informs the requesting organization work coordinator that the cable crew can now be dispatched to the site to execute the field work. An hour later, the Con Ed crew supervisor arrives at Junction Boulevard. He walks the site looking at the signage posted by Yogi. Confirming the work meets his requirements, he gives his name to Yogi. Yogi selects the Con Ed crew supervisor, Mike, from the drop-down list on his Con Ed Field Support Services mobile application and slides right to confirm the work is complete. Mike, the Con Ed crew supervisor, reviews a receipt for the services on his Field Support Services app, checking first the service request information and the accompanying hours worked and cost details. After confirming the hours and cost checkout, he walks the site to take a few pictures of the signage on the street to document the work performed. Next, he reviews the contractor. Yogi had a positive attitude and was wearing his steel-toed boots and hard hat, Mike thinks to himself, as he gives 4 stars for the service. Lastly, Mike signs the digital timesheet electronically and slides right to finish the service request. Back in Long Island City, the Con Ed Field Support Services Administrator looks at the review request screen, his single source of truth in the control center for all field support service requests. He double-clicks on the individual record for the signage service in Queens. The record is complete, and he has a signature from the Con Ed crew supervisor. He can now authorize receipt on the invoice and facilitate payment to Soho Field Services. Con Ed Supply Chain Field Support Services category owner actively manages her category. She wants to know how her contractors are performing for her business partners in electric ops, gas ops, and construction management. She frequently reviews the Analyze Request screen in the Control Center to check contractor performance and manage her spend. She wants to ensure she is proactive in addressing any category needs and is providing contractors who deliver cost-effective, high-quality, and safe services to Con Ed.